Arsenal Football Club's Christmas video 1997. Coming up, the best action and features from the season so far. We have every Premiership game, including extended highlights of the Gunners' enthralling victory over Manchester United. We follow Arsenal home and away on their quest for cup glory. Arsenal go online with the launch of their high-tech internet site. The lads don their best pose as they model the latest leisurewear range. We take a look back at Dennis Bergkamp's amazing start to the season. And in our competition, a chance for you to win a VIP day out for two at Highbury. But first, let's look at the men that have made N5 their new football home. Dutch international Mark Overmars is 24. He joined from Ajax and has 3 Dutch Championship medals and a Champions League medal. French international Emmanuel Petit, or Manu as he's known, is 27. He signed from Monaco and has a Championship medal from his time in France. Gilles Gremondi is 27 and also joined from Monaco. He's a French Championship winner and is on the verge of the French national side. The French connection continued as Christopher Ray became the 3rd player to join from Monaco. He's 22 and his cousin is George Weah. Matthew Upson, aged 18, is one of England's most promising youngsters. He was signed from Luton and is Arsène Wenger's only English signing. Alex Manninger is an Austrian under-21 international goalkeeper. He's 20 and was signed from Casino Graz. Alberto Mendes is 23 and joined Arsenal from FC Foyt. He's eligible to play for both Spain and Germany. Luis Boamorte joined from Portuguese club Sporting Lisbon. He's 20 and it has been said he bears a striking resemblance to Ian Wright. A departure from Highbury this summer was Paul Merson. He was at Arsenal for 11 years and scored 99 goals in 425 games. He won 2 championships, 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup and a European Cup Winners' Cup medal. And he was a hero to the Highbury faithful. So why did the club sell him?
The offer was right, and I think as well for Paul Merson. He had a 5-year contract that you couldn't offer him at his age, and that's why we had to take this decision. I think it was a very hard decision because we have a lot of respect, and I have a lot of respect for his talent. But as well, there was no real choice.
Kind of hit me kind of hard, and once you realise that Merce was gone, that's when, you know, when I came in and he weren't here and that's when you realise. But, you know, I just hope he does really well. It was really strange seeing him in a Middlesbrough shirt the other day. You know, really strange, but I just hope he does well.
He's one of my closest pals at the club, and shame to see him go, but he's done well for himself, and good luck to him.
Here comes the corner. Oh, and it's the new man, Gilles Gremondi. Shaw takes the penalty and scores. Now Shaw, and there's his second. And Rankin could reach this, he does. Very neatly taken goal. And there's a runner ahead of Bergkamp, it's Paul Shaw. A very cleanly worked goal for Arsenal. And there's a break on for Strasbourg here. Ziteli, 3rd highest scorer in France last season, shows how he did it. And it's Remy Gard making the run from deep, and he's in. Oh, that's splendidly taken. Right, and Arsenal are in front. Well, this really should be a good test of Arsenal's preparation to this point, but they've lost Ivan in the centre, and they've lost a goal. Right, and Bergkamp now back in Holland. Can he equalise here for Arsenal? Well, no is the answer. Bergkamp squeezing the pass away. Overmars, and Marshall got a touch, and it needed another touch from Wright, and it got it. Oh, they've left Bergkamp off the goalkeeper, Gremondi, So what can Bergkamp come up with? That's what he could come up with. That's fantastic. Bergkamp, Arsenal irresistible at the moment. Right, they've got another one. Grimaldi off the goalkeeper. 5. Wright racing into the middle. Is this the hat-trick? It is! And Arsenal really sending out a warning here. Edie onside. Round Seaman. And some consolation for Norwich City. Adams takes it quickly. And the goal is given.
With pre-season over and manager Arsène Wenger happy with his assembled squad, what were the new players expecting from English football?
Je sais pas, je peux pas vous dire, je connais pas les autres ligues, du moins pas assez bien pour pouvoir donner une décision. Je sais qu'ici le niveau est un très bon niveau, il y a de très bons joueurs. L'apport des étrangers, je pense que c'est une bonne chose pour tout le monde aussi. Et je pense que le football anglais est parmi les meilleurs footballs au monde aujourd'hui.
Quite a fan of the English football for the last 4 years, I think, and it was always in my idea to play sometimes in England.
When I was a young boy, it's always a dream for me to play in a big club in the world, and Arsenal is a big club in the world, and I'm very lucky.
J'ai toujours pris du plaisir à regarder les matchs en Angleterre. Depuis que je suis tout petit, ça a toujours été une sorte de fascination. Et c'est vrai que quand nous, le championnat anglais était souvent transmis en France, Arsenal aussi, donc. Et le fait d'avoir des joueurs de renom comme Adams, Wright, Keown, j'en passe encore. Il y a aussi notamment des joueurs français, ça a toujours été, pour moi c'est un rêve.
As the new boys acquainted themselves with the Arsenal training regime, how did the more experienced players feel they were settling in?
Do quite well. You know, there's quite a few of the French lads that you know that stick together. You know, so obviously they chat with each other. We're not quite fluent French yet, but you know, we're trying. But you know, our lads, you know, they don't let them be separate. You know, they always involve them in stuff and that. You know, so it's a good team spirit as usual.
Most of them's English is pretty good. You know, they know the very basics, so it's not really a problem for the understanding, and all of them can play. So I think we made them very welcome in that right from the start, and you know, they feel like they're involved with all the banter of the boys now, so you know, they're gelling pretty quick, and that's really helpful.
For Ian Wright himself, the season ahead could promise so much. Was he looking forward to it, and what were his expectations?
There's so much on the table laid out for us, and then me personally. So you know, I've really got to keep myself fit, keep myself sharp, and try and take advantage of everything I can. That's offered to me this year in respect of playing games for not only Arsenal but maybe England. And there's such a nice pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. So I'm really looking forward to everything, and I just want to try and be as fit as I can and sharp as I can for as long as I can and stay injury-free, touch wood, you know.
Touched off by Wright. Here's Parlour. Taking on Robertson and getting the better of David Robertson. It's just across the face of the goal. And Wright is away. Well, how did he get that one in? A fantastic way to start the season. Ian Wright seemed to be going wide. It's come in behind Grimaldi for Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. His first game for Leeds in the Premiership. Bergkamp. And now Overmars. Arsenal so close to regaining the lead. A great stop from Nigel Martin. Coventry just caught a bit napping here by the short corner. Marshall! Well, it stayed out just. Bergkamp. Coventry not off the hook yet. That's Vieira. Goalkeeper's lost it. Goal for Ian Wright. Well, Marshall's header didn't quite do the trick, but from Vieira's shot, the goalkeeper's fumble, Wright did. Over Mars. Bergkamp, not far away. Gary Breen making his way forward as Burrows takes it. Petit. Oh, and Richard Shaw has let his old Crystal Palace teammate Ian Wright in here. Well, it's 2-0, and this was an absolute gift. Shaw unsure, but Wright was certain. Bergkamp having a good look. It skimmed the bar, and I think the goalkeeper touched it, but the referee doesn't.
With Ian Wright in great spirit on and off the field, what were his feelings about the prospect of breaking Cliff Baston's record?
It's more exciting now because, you know, there's 2 to go and, you know, everybody's telling me not to do it until we play Tottenham and things like that. But, you know, I'd rather just do it and just get it over so as when we can go on to the real business of winning something this year.
Roncao. Cut out by Bold. Danger not over yet. Maddison! Bergkamp. Well, he's found some space to run into, and Southampton rather trailing in Bergkamp's wake. That's a very special goal indeed from a very special player. Jones kicking quick, but Arsenal have it with Vieira. Bergkamp. Benali trying to hold him off, but he can't. Well, that could be even better than the first one. Certainly for power. Strength to get away from Benali's attempts to foul him. Brilliant Bergkamp.
After 3 games, the Gunners are second on goal difference behind Blackburn. With Bergkamp and Wright firing on all cylinders, things are looking promising.
Well, thank you very much for coming, everybody. Today is a true story. It's the true story of 2 Arsenal fans. Graham Goodkind on my immediate left, on your immediate right, and Jeremy Kerner. These are the 2 Arsenal fans who follow Arsenal all over the country. And they approached us about 9 months ago and wanted to create the Arsenal internet website. It is a site which we don't expect it to make money. It is purely for information. It is for the fans. So I'm now going to hand over to Graham, who's going to tell you a little bit more.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dean. We've got the opportunity as fans to develop a site on behalf of Arsenal, and we've done it with the mindset and the insight of fans, but with the skills that are needed as communications professionals. And so I hope the approach is one that works both for the fans and works for Arsenal as the great club that it is.
Thomas charging through the midfield. Thomas, it's up for grabs now. Thomas!
I think our attitude from the start was to use a film, Field of Dreams, some of you may have seen. There's a famous line in it where they said, build it and they will come. Well, we've built an internet site, and I think the fans will come.
We've used every possible technology, including Java, including Shockwave, including real audio. We really hope, the Arsenal fans will be proud of it. And we've had the most incredible response so far. We're getting over an email a minute coming in from all over the world, and the content has been incredible. Just to read what people are saying about the Gunners is just amazing. So it's a very proud moment.
Be part of the proud moment by calling 01235 532 363. You'll receive your own Arsenal email address and become a member of Arsenal FC on the internet.
Get online now with AFCI.
Arsenal's corner. Bergkamp! Well, there aren't many players in the game who can do this and make it look so ridiculously simple. Leicester paying the price for neglecting Bergkamp on the edge of the area. A pinpoint shot, 1-0 to Arsenal. Vieira. And there's a break on here with Parler playing a prominent part. Vieira. Well, Leicester. Hesitation from Seaman. Heskey! Well, one thing about Leicester City under Martin O'Neill is they never... Vieira. Well, both sets of supporters not knowing quite what to feel. From Dennis Bergkamp. Quite extraordinary. 3-3. Back heel by Overmars. Bergkamp into the Tottenham wall. Winterburn. Overmars! Underside of the bar, back into play. Parler's there. Somehow Spurs survive. Scales trying to distract the defenders. It's not really deep enough, but David Howells, and what about that for a stop from David Seaman? Well, Scales got to it twice. Petit, Parler, and Ian Wright is in here. It's the bar again. Well, you'd have backed Ian Wright, but this time you'd have lost your money. Charged down by Petit. Tottenham still resisting with 10 men. Winterburn. Right! Brilliant effort. Winterburn forward once more. Well, it was Clements who just got a touch. Dixon. And Nelka. Clements getting it back, but not getting it away. Platt. Right! Vieira. Still Mabbutt and company keeping Arsenal at bay, but Campbell needed in the nick of time then.
2 draws in their last 2 games see Arsenal slip to 5th in the league. They do, however, remain unbeaten in the month of August and are well in touch with the pace-setters. The start of the season saw Dennis Bergkamp playing some of the best football of his career. He was voted Carling Player of the Month for August by members of the media and his fellow professionals. Did he feel he was playing the best football of his life?
I think so. When you look at all the things around it, I think it's been the best month and the best football I've played, because it's much more different than the type of football I play with Ajax, the type of football I play with Inter. But yeah, I feel fine now in this sort of system and with the players around. So I think it's a good month. Yeah.
Every goal he scored in August could be described as breathtaking. What did Dennis himself consider to be the best?
Well, I think the 3rd goal against Leicester was quite good. I mean, as a player, you think of things you want to do, and
Blake. Good support from Bolton in the set. Record is equalled. In typically explosive fashion. So, how long before the record is entirely his and he beats Bastard? All the fretting over the past few months, as we've all counted, no one more than Ian Wright himself. He is now Arsenal's all-time greatest goal scorer. 179 goals for the club. 6 years of scintillating service here. And when the goal came, probably the easiest of the lot. Well, it's hard to think about the game. At the moment, they're thinking about the man. Bergkamp. Parler. A deflection! No chance for Brannigan. Ray Parler will claim the goal. Franson. And Blake has put it wide. Dixon. This is Platt. Wright! It's a hat-trick. Well, this rounds off perfectly a wonderful day in the life of Ian Wright. Arsène Wenger is going to make the change, and happiness personified. Wright goes off to an ovation all round Highbury. This ebullient character. Everyone wants to shake his hand. Brilliant.
Feeling a little bit relieved and pleased and all that, you know, all the adjectives that come with it. You know, I'm just pleased that I scored and I've done it here at Highbury, and the fans just loved it, and it was brilliant. From day one, I know everybody's heard it all before, but I have to say, you know, they've been fantastic, and I think they even sucked the goals in for me today, you know. It's brilliant. It won't sink into me yet because I'm still here, I'm still doing things, I'm still trying to achieve. So when I finish, I want to put the record right up there with some, like, over, hopefully past the 200 mark, well, and really make the record look like it can be out of sight, kind of. So someone has to really earn it, you know. I'm just glad it's out the way. I can get on with the season and hopefully winning something at the end of the season, because that's the main thing. I'm going to go and have a little celebration tonight with family.
So after months of suspense, he's finally done it. Ian Wright is now Arsenal's greatest ever goal scorer. We visited training at London Coney to ask a few of his colleagues what it is about Ian that makes him so special.
He's so enthusiastic. I've never known anybody like him. You know, he can wake up and be bubbly and everything. You know, normally often the lads are like moaning, because he just never shuts up.
Scratch and win!
He's bubbly, he's lively, and it's great to work with someone like that. You know, I don't walk into training and see like 11 miserable people there. You know, it's great to walk in and have Ian there who's joking, he's laughing, somewhat immature like we all us footballers are, but it's okay, it's fun. And you know, he does a great job for Arsenal. Scores wonderful goals, and it's just great to work with him for the last 6 years.
He must have a stack load of energy, because he must burn as much as I do in a game before the game starts. And he's dancing around and jumping around and basically pestering everybody. And it does relax the dressing room, and everybody's concerned about Ian Wright and what he's up to, and whether he's cut your laces on your boots or whatever, than thinking or worrying about the game. And but when it comes down to the game, you know, we are tuned in, and the sort of relaxed, jovial Wright, he turns into a concentrated professional, and there's nobody more focused on the game before kick-off than Ian.
When I play with him now and I compare it with the first year, it has been a lot better now. So even I can play better in that respect.
Dennis is getting him, you know, some great through balls. And
Every young player and every professional player can learn from him the way he's scoring goals. It's his finishing is one of the best I've ever seen.
His movement off the ball, his how he uses his technique in the box. He's a quick thinker in the box. He's always a second quicker than the defender, and I think his combination of explosivity and calm in front of the goal, and how well he uses both legs, right and left, and that makes him, I think, a huge striker.
Yeah! Shut it!
The day after the Bolton game, the Arsenal squad gathered at Luton Airport to embark on yet another European campaign. Their first-round opponents in the UEFA Cup were PAOK Salonika from Greece. Not many people in Britain had heard of PAOK, but with the ever-growing importance of success in Europe, the Arsenal staff weren't taking this trip lightly. So what exactly did Arsène Wenger and Champions Cup winner Mark Overmars know about the opposition?
That it is a team who has 5 international Greek players, 2 international Peruvian players and 1 international Liberian player. That means we have 8 internationals in their side. And it means that it's a strong team who is strong going forward, who is, has a very good support at home, and physically they are very strong.
Salonika is quite a good team. Maybe the people, they don't realize it, but I think it would be quite difficult.
As the players departed, it was clear they knew about the team, but what could they expect from the city of Salonika? Upon arrival in Salonika, the priority for the players was to spend as much time as possible at the stadium. The idea was to sample the playing surface and get as accustomed as they could to the surroundings. After an afternoon training, what did the manager feel about the surface and the conditions his players could expect to face?
It's not an English green, no, but we have to adapt. That's a problem in Europe. You have to adapt to all kinds of surfaces, but of course it's not ideal one. It's a little bit bumpy and the grass is high, long. So we'll try our best, and that's why we have a chance to play on it the day before.
With captain Tony Adams fully fit and looking forward to his first start of the season, and Lee Dixon recovered after ankle problems, what did the experienced European campaigners feel about the importance of this game?
Well, no different than the rest really. Obviously it's nice to come away first. We like going back to Highbury second leg, but if you look around the stadium at the moment, there'll be a lot more noise tomorrow, and apparently they're very vociferous, the crowd, so it should be a great atmosphere. And I'm just talking to Tony Adams, and it's nice to get back in Europe and sample that atmosphere again.
Wright having a good look, and Petit takes it, pushed out by Mikopoulos. First significant effort from Arsenal. Over Boulder, Nalka got a touch, Wright was in there, Vieira as well. Well, the corner almost paying off for Arsenal here. And Nalka climbed very well indeed. But it bounced behind Wright and outside of Vieira's reach. Francescos to take the free kick, and Seaman got across and I think got a hand on that. And if he did, it was an awesome save. Look at the bend on the ball, and how the goalkeeper got there, only he knows. Adams and Bold trying to shake it up in the centre. Overmars! Well, it's been a game of relatively few chances to this point, but it was a sight of goal for Mark Overmars. Winterburn. And it's through for Overmars, for Wright. Well, Ian Wright has put it wide. Just got his bearings wrong. Cut out by Zafiriou. Zafiriou again. There's no flag. A goal Francescos. Well, it would mean so much to Arsenal to get an away goal here and pull it level on the night. And but for Mikopoulos, they would have done that.
We were a little bit poor, I thought. I don't think we deserved much more than we got, actually. So, glad that it was only 1-0 in the end, and we give ourselves a chance back in Highbury.
A little bit disappointed, with the defeat, but you're better off getting beaten your first game than in the second game. It teased it up nicely for the return leg at Highbury. We're looking forward to that. It'll be a lot different on the night there, I'll tell you.
Wise gets it back from Vialli. On down from Dubry and in from Poyet. Vieira. Lovely touch from Wright. Appeals for handball against Vieira, but the game goes on. Wright. Bergkamp. Arsenal are level. Well, Ian Wright very involved in this incisive attack, and he put it perfectly into the stride of Bergkamp, and that's 1-1. Vieira. Bergkamp cushioning the ball beautifully. Petit. Now Wright. And two Chelsea players confusing each other, and Dennis Bergkamp has cashed in on that. Well, what a start to the season he's having, and he seemed to sense the confusion and where the ball would drop, and he tucked it away. Nichols. On from Dubry. Leboeuf. With the wonderful capacity to stretch the game with a pass like that, and this is Mark Hughes and Zola. 2-2. Petit went in very bravely and very powerfully.
A stick that I haven't scored for over a year now, and the space just opened up really, so I thought, well, just try it and see what happens, and luckily for me it went in today.
Lomas, good tackle by Parler. Dixon. That's a lovely ball, and here's Bergkamp. Can he keep going? He can! Well, Manu Petit produced a pass of real perception here, dropping beyond Ian Pearce, and although the defender did his best to get back, he still couldn't stop Bergkamp rolling it into the net. Looped forward by Bold. Overmars. Bergkamp. Arsenal sending out very heartwarming signals here to their supporters. They've got another one. Mark Overmars. There's a lovely zip about their play. And Overmars thrashing it in. So Ian Wright will take it. This for 3-0. 3-0 it is. Vieira. Well, the most formidable of first-half performances, this from Arsenal. It's Mark Overmars. 4-0. And West Ham have absolutely no answer. Right. Bergkamp. Off was Overmars, anticipating the pass, staying onside, drawing Miklosko and scoring. That's given away by Pearce. Bergkamp tries the chip. Teased forward by Platt. Overmars cross. Bergkamp beaten out by Miklosko. as Wright was coming in. Not quite the deluge in the second half that we saw in the first.
The victory over West Ham and Man United's 2-2 draw with Chelsea on the same night allows Arsenal to go to the top of the Premiership for the first time this season.
Vieira. And Parler. Wright and Bergkamp with him. Parler pushed out. And Terry Phelan tidies up. But Ray Parler, although he had star strikers either side, went for the goal himself. Well won by Parler. Bergkamp, speed chasing him. It's Ian Wright who's got the drop on Watson. Wright's 8th goal of the season. And the league leaders draw first blood here at Goodison Park. Had a quick look to see what sort of shot was required and delivered it. Petit. From Wright for Overmars. 2 for Arsenal. Paul Gerrard beats the turf in frustration. Mark Overmars has beaten him. And Arsenal asserting themselves here on Merseyside. Phelan. On by Oster, in came Stewart, and ball! One back for Everton. Oh, Graham Stewart, favourite here, hits it into the wall. Cadamarteri hits it into the net. Great comeback by Everton. Parler. Now Wright. Bergkamp, that's chipped. The elevation was there, but not the accuracy. Adams coming in strongly. With the application that Arsenal need to show in abundance tonight, and Bergkamp is away! Well, how he was missed in Salonika. He's back tonight, and back in the grand manner. That levels it on aggregate. Petit. Well, there's a deflection there, it might have come off Ian Wright even. Great stop by Mikopoulos, who had to go a long way to his right and get a strong right arm on it. Parler. Well, you can't fault Arsenal's approach, but it's still level. Bergkamp. He's away. Right. And it was stopped by Zagorakis. Winterbed. Right. Now Petit on a wider front. Bergkamp. Right, facing the goal, and so close to finding it. Bergkamp. And booted away by Olivares. And driven back by Vieira. Torsunidis, it was a poor clearance from Seaman. And this is Vrizas. Still Vrizas! Well, the Arsenal fans are stunned, but the Park followers here salute their hero.
Before the Barnsley game, Dennis Bergkamp was once again receiving awards. In the BBC's Match of the Day Goal of the Month competition for August, his goals were voted 1, 2 and 3. No one has ever received that accolade before. He once again became Carling Player of the Month, picking up September's award. He was also the Arsenal Internet's Player of the Month for September, and to cap it all, he was voted by the Islington Gazette as their Player of the Month for September. And just in case you didn't know, the goal that won the BBC award, his third strike at Leicester.
Winterburn. The Player of the Month for August and for September, often running in October. Well, this is what life is like in the Premiership, and Barnsley have got to learn quickly. You make a mistake, you're punished for it, especially with Bergkamp around. And he's going to do more than that, he's got a second. Bergkamp's clear. And Parler. The goal is given. Barnsley looked across hoping for a reprieve with an offside flag. Parler came late onto the scene. 3-0. Petit's corner. Platt! Well, he hasn't lost the knack, has he? Picking the right moment to sense the chance. Vieira. Winterburn having a good look. Oh, and Wright gets in on the act at last. Tinkler was a little unlucky, but Wright was away. And it's Arsenal 5, Barnsley 0.
There can be no doubt that Arsène Wenger now has the team playing in a very different style. We took to the streets to ask the fans what they thought about the team and how the man in charge was doing.
They're much more entertaining. Still winning though, kept the winning formula. He's kept the defence intact from the last time we won the championship. Plus with Bergkamp improving this year, Overmars coming in, scoring goals, very entertaining. It's great, I reckon we could do it this year.
The midfield now is a lot tighter, a lot stronger, playing more football. I think that's basically it, really.
He's doing a brilliant job, isn't he? Can't fault the man. Everything he says is true. Oh, can't do with any better bloke than him.
I think Arsène Wenger's got the team playing very well. You know, he's got the youngsters coming through as well. And, you know, he's certainly been a great asset to the club.
I think Arsène Wenger's main aim at the moment is to win the Premiership. And I think he'll do it. Yeah, I really do.
No more boarding Arsenal.
Steve Bruce up well. Dixon. Oh, this is Hay! And the Division 1 side have taken the lead through the German Tony Hay. Birmingham regrouping. Boamorte. Well, it was guided in with some aplomb. And this reserve strength Arsenal side are level at 1-1 through Luis Boamorte. Manning kicking quickly. Ray. Bruce rather standing off. And Ablett as well, and Ray's got the better of them both. Unlucky. Well, he's come here with a reputation maybe based on the fact that he is the cousin of Georges Weah. That was a fine try. Boamorte still tripped by Steve Bruce. And Arsenal had the chance to go in front with a penalty. Well, David Platt must be pretty grateful to get a full game tonight and extra time as well to test his fitness after so many games as a substitute in the Premiership. Here he comes, he scores! So it's going Arsenal's way. Boamorte is in the clear, Birmingham chasing the game, they've left the gap, they've been punished for it. Boamorte involved in everything. 2 goals for him, and he was the player brought down for the penalty. The cover couldn't get there. And the young player from Portugal kept his nerve and extended Arsenal's lead. Upson. That's a terrific pass. It's Boa Morte again. Mendes! Well, the young man, the surprise signing with German and Spanish origins. Poor one from Mendes. Bergkamp. Oh, and a pull there by Edworthy on Boa Morte, and how did the referee miss that? It was right in front of him. Nothing given. Vieira. And Wright. It was a good try, he's got another chance. Appealing for handball by Linnigan. Well, it was a good stop by Miller. And Andy Linnigan had his arms up. Bergkamp! Close, but not close enough.
Although the Gunners drew at Selhurst Park, they remain top of the league by 1 point from Blackburn and Manchester United. In the beautiful surroundings of Sopwell House, some of the players donned their best pose as they modelled the new leisurewear range.
They've been modelling for the new autumn-winter catalogue, which should be out early October, hopefully, showing all the new range of autumn-winter merchandise available in the club shops and the mail order.
Corner by Petit. Vieira got free and really might have made a little bit more of that. Bergkamp takes. Vieira! Thudded against the bar. Nelson. And it goes out for an Arsenal throw when it could so easily have been an Arsenal goal here for Patrick Vieira. Bergkamp and Wright. Petit. Wright is through! And challenged by Shimika, who might have kicked Wright's foot and kicked it onto the ball. Goal kick is the decision. Effiog's pass, and Dwight York in behind Winterburn. Well, David Seaman stood and kept it out. Right. Well, here's Vieira at pace, caught by Carsley, penalty. Carsley not happy about it, but Vieira went down. Here's Ian Wright. And Anelka. Well, the chance has gone. Ian Wright, who has been under the weather this week, got a bit under the ball. One chop. Baiano going to the left. One chop. Going for goal! Inside the first minute of the second half. Sturridge. Still Sturridge. Oh, and Winterburn caught in two minds. One chop gets his second. Flipped out by Carbon. Baiano and Sturridge. Gets past Petit. 3-0 to Derby.
In our last video, we asked you which team Ian Wright scored his 100th league goal against. The answer was, of course, Sheffield Wednesday. The prize was a replica away kit and was won by 9-year-old Darren Wisely from Sidcup in Kent. Congratulations to young Darren. In this year's competition, you can win a VIP day out for 2 at Highbury. The question is as follows, prior to his strike at Stamford Bridge. If you think you know, please send your entries on a postcard to the following address: Chrysalis Sport, 6 Church Studios, Hampden Park Road, London NW1 9AY.
Overmars. Gary Neville getting back goal side and helping block. Anelka. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Nicholas Anelka's first for the club. And Bergkamp could scarcely have bettered that. Right. The shot was deflected, pushed away by Schmeichel. Platt keeping it alive. Anelka! Adams trying to get free at the near post. Berg got... Schmeichel perhaps surprised by the shot. Certainly the pace of it. It went up and over him and in off the bar. An Arsenal lead, incredibly, by 2-0. Scholes. Cole. United have got one back. Off the head of Adams. Sheringham! Well, he's done it again. Over Platt. Right! And just over the bar. Well, Ian Wright hasn't had too many chances, but that was a close call for Manchester United. Well, there's certainly been improvement from Arsenal as the second half has developed. Wright. Oh, Wright hit Neville, and somehow Schmeichel kept that out. His best save of the game. Great improvisation there. Who's been on the sidelines for so much of the season is centre stage now. A perfect header. Off goes Wright, who really has come alive in these last few minutes. And look at this from Ian Wright. Oh, and Ray has missed it. That would have ended all the Arsenal's anxieties here. But Christopher Ray wasted the opportunity that Wright created magnificently. Crowd calling for the final whistle, they've got it! Arsenal move back to within 1 point of Manchester United. David Platt, a Manchester United junior all those years ago, has won the 3 points here with Arsenal's third goal.
We were more solid in the second half and created some good chances, and I think as well that Man United dropped their level in the second half, and we looked never really under a threat of a goal in the second half, and in the first it was totally different. And after that we created some chances, and once again it's an experienced player like David Platt with the second header this season who scores a great goal.
We've gone in at half-time and decided, perhaps a little bit of necessity, Patrick Vieira injured, to change it around a little bit, to go 3 centre-halves and push in on them a little bit more, making sure that when Teddy did drop off that there was one of the centre-halves that went with him, and I think in the second half we looked better equipped to win the game.
Once again, the typical Arsenal spirit made the difference.
Well, that Arsenal spirit sees the Gunners move to within a point of champions Manchester United. Blackburn, Chelsea, Leeds and Liverpool are in the chasing pack. The title race is hotting up and Arsenal are perfectly poised to mount their challenge.
Hello, on behalf of all the staff members and all of the players, I would like to wish you a Merry Christmas. Many presents as well, and I hope we'll be one of them and satisfy you and give you many satisfaction in the new year.
What spectacular goals in his past 2 years at Highbury, but by his own admission, he's now playing the best football of his career. Can he be considered one of the best players in the world?
Bergkamp has exploded here.
Bergkamp's in the clear and Arsenal have equalised.
That is absolutely brilliant. Dennis Bergkamp's onside here. And can he finish? He can. Bergkamp! Yes!
Chance for Bergkamp. Goal for Bergkamp.
Bergkamp, is this number 2? It is!